رفقا استریم استارت شد. کینگدام کام 2 با زیرنویس فارسی. اصلا از دست ندید، بد خفنه این بازیش. بزن رو لینک زیر. منتظرتم پر انرژی بیا تویچ و یوتیوب لایو.
No, please.
اینم بذاریم اینجا و خیلی دوستان برو بریم. ببین که find out what medicine to give Captain Thomas. خب get a hold of something to the chamber in stomach. اینو منطقیه. یارو نم پس نمیده حرومی. اشکال نه. خب let's go.
It's all right. You'll be fine.
Oh, quick. Over there.
این کسکش الان دنبالمونم راستی.
Fourth bell.
تازه 4 میزنی خب.
Huh? What was that? It was you. Calm down. I surrender. Felt like doing for now.
سرنده میدنی پولمون نرم سیکتی.
You know what? I was just getting started. I'm in a really bad...
Shut your I won't be...
نه اینا ما رو دیدن. خب نباید اینجا ما رو ببینن. سب برگردیم به این سیبمون.
Quick, quick. Sir Otto will be back in.
Quick. حتی نواز همینجا بود. آره همینجاست. توماس همینجاست. سلام داشتم اینه گلا پیزا روی سلطان. منم تو جیبش نیست.
What's that noise? What happened here?
پول لباس چی میگن؟ پول لباس، کلید لباس. عشق من داشتم این حرفو چی؟ شاکر. مرتیکه مادرفاکر. تو این گوزم نیست، تو این نیست، تو این نیست.
Who's there?
این بی‌ناموسا رو نکنیم، باید رد کنیم بره.
Could have been a draft. What? I closed that. Why is it open?
Huh? What was that?
Who could have opened it?
The fourth bell.
چهارمین ناقوس هم زده شد. حالا شد. من نکشتمش که، فقط چیزش کردم، فقط بیوشش کردم. ستونی سلام علیکم.
Pardon me for
قبلا
the-
با این صحبت کردیم
Unless-
بچه تو
No.
قسمت
Unless-
قبل. من میخوام اینجا
Unless
یه جای خوب سیف شه، خب که کسی ما رو نبینه، ندیده باشه، یعنی تو جیل نریم. What happened to Thomas?
What actually happened to him?
they were. If the.
I'm sorry.
Yes, besides,
Maybe.
Where's the physician?
he was on any.
I'm not.
Not even.
And where-
How?
I'll have a.
But
I'll think.
why?
Out of the world sometime. No.
Yeah.
I'll get going.
Go.
خیلی خوب. اینجا جای خوبیه که برای سیف شده. کسی هم الان دنبال ما نیست. خب این شده الان.
Not this again.
عجب.
Huh? What was that?
میلیتری سورت. خفنن اینا. نگه میداریم بعدم اینو به کارمون میاد. ببخشید لو خودم کردیم داداش. ساری. زنه همچنان هم اینجا افتاده. خب لذه بو.
If you're after some leftovers, the kitchen's up top. I don't think there's much there.
Scrub you're after. You'll have to wait. I've been here for ages.
سلام تو. اینم باش صحبت کردیم. آره.
Let me pack. Don't worry. I suppose
Damn, all right.
I can.
Hey,
بیا از این استفاده کن لذت.
thanks.
You're welcome.
اون چیزایی که دزدیده بودیم. سلام ستونی سلام.
You?
با اینم صحبت کرده بودیم.
I need help.
Who does?
برای توماس میخوام پیدا
I
کنم.
don't know. I have to find medicine for Captain
این
Thomas.
دیالوگ جدیده.
Otherwise, he'll die and my friend will be executed.
Thomas. I brought water to him in the tower. And I can tell you he is beyond help. That poor sister of his.
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
مبین.
Why should I?
امین. چرا باید کمکم کنی؟ چون مادر جندی.
Because I could make plenty of trouble.
I
But it sure as hell.
All right, all right. I get it.
Tell me what I need to know, and no one has to hear about it.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but
And
then
اینا که بهمون
Alright.
گفته بود که
and now get out of my
who are you?
me.
What's your name?
What's it to you?
Nothing.
Well, I
We both.
says someone who was just
You know I was locked up.
right.
That's exactly.
Well,
And
I thought I have
خب درسته که تو بزن این دیالوگ هم قبلا رفته بود. حالا اینجا جاییه که باید بگردیم دنبال اون چیز، اون داروهای یارو. خب واقعا باید کجا دنبالش بگردیم؟ نه کنم یکی find what medicine to give Captain Thomas. خب اینجا چی از کجا بفهمیم؟ از اونجا پرید اینجا یو. اوه پنجمین ناقصم زده شد.
The bell's ringing for Hans the 5th time.
همینه فیزیک. همین خدا لعنتت کنه. زودتر کوست متریال بوک کن دیگه. فیزیک این جورنال. حالا فهمیدیم که اون بیچاره چی میخواد. حالا که پیدا کردیم واسه ببینم که کرفتینگمون چیز اضافه شده. پوشنت، بله 2 تا چیز اضافه شده. فیور تونیک ریلیتد کامپنی تست. این تبا میاره پایین. خب اینو باید برای یارو درست کنیم. این چیه؟ اینو باید برای چیز درست کنیم. فیور تونیک. اوکی. از اینجا نگاه کنیم. اینجا موادشو نداریم. نه خب میگه که اول فیور فیو رو add a fever few and boil for 2 turn. اول واین رو اضافه میکنی. خب بعد فیور فیو رو میندازی توش 2 بار میجوشونی. grind elderberry leaves and اوکی. الدربری رو باید چیز کنیم، بکوبونیمش تو هاون. بعد بریزیمش توی ظرف. گیرینگرم میریزیم روش. تمام. همین. بله. Let's go. خیلی خوب. اول واین میریزیم. واین بودی نه؟ واین بریزیم. سه تا فیور، 2 تا جینگر، یه دونم چی خربریه. اوکی. نه شاید درست. سریع درست. به این جینگر. خب بعد فیور و این کیره خرد کامفیر. اوکی. واین میریزیم اول. سه تا فیور باید باشه بچه. خب فیور 3 تا. این یه دونه، 2 تا، 3 تا. خب بدش با این باید 2 بار بجوشه. اوکی بزن. یه بار دیگه. خب بدش بالا. حالا گفتش که بسته ما دوبار چرخوندیم. اینو برمی داریم میکونیم. این نیستش مادر سرش. میکوبونیم اضافه میکنیم بهش دیگه همین. آره تمام.
The sixth bell. Half the time is up.
چرا سریع داره زنگ داده میشه. درست این اضافه میکنیم. خب 2 تا هم جینگر میخوایم. تمام.
Maybe I should have boiled it longer.
گیم سیو شد. خب بهتر از این نمیتونیم. حالا خوبه گیم اینجا سیو شد. خب حالا ببین ما یه کسشه میکنیم این پدر سگم بتونیم چیزش کنیم. خب این یارو هم بتونیم الان دارو درست کنیم. باید بریم زغال گیر بیاریم. بگم زغال کم داریم. درسته این چیزیه که به درد یارو میخوره. فکر کنم همینه. آره زغال سنگ باید بیاریم. بریم زغال سنگ کجا میتونیم گیر بیاریم.
Say,
Let me stop you.
باش. نه ما هم واسه بریم پایین ستونی. نگهبانی که اینجا بود کجا رفت؟ واسه جا دیگه زغالی چیزی هم باشه همینجا باید باشه. فهمیدی؟ این چیزی جز اینجا نمیتونی پیدا کنی. زغال
It was nice. Good food and drink. Lots of guests.
Oi, Wojtek.
Can't you see I'm talking?
I ain't seen you here. Are you new and all? Well, I'm Magda.
مگه با هم صحبت نکردیم ما؟
I'm Henry.
It's great to have some new lads here.
Oh, aye. I wouldn't want a repeat of our last disagreement.
Me neither. But all I care about is you giving me a hand. Those sacks won't carry themselves.
I'll just finish what I'm discussing with Magda and I'll be right with you.
Are you also helping Wojtek's uncle?
No, I'm not helping anyone's uncle. This is a punishment, just like with Wojtek here.
A punishment?
Aye. We got into a bit of a fight at Lord Semin's wedding.
What? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
Ah, that's not quite how it was.
You wretch.
Oh, thanks. You really are a cunt.
A cunt? While you're having fun chatting up girls, I'm hauling sacks. If anyone's a cunt, it's you.
Don't worry, I'll find you.
چی بیچاره این بدبخت هاجی، چقدر بدبخت ناموسه.
Greetings, neighbor.
شانس نداره، از هیچ چی شانس نیورده.
Today's a scorcher.
آی بنده خدا، هر دفعه میخواه بره مخ بزنه میپریم وسط. کاش میدونستم زغال از کجا گیر بیارم آجی. کاش میدونستم زغال از کجا گیر بیارم. سگ تو مادرت. این نمیفروشه. زغال نه بابا این زغالش کجا تو سرت. ایوان اینا رو میخرید دارش.
I've got a feeling I'll have to knock that off the price, friend. Let's agree on a price.
Here.
Many thanks. I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
خیلی خوب. این یارو خوب میتونه چیزا میکنه.
And don't forget to light the fire in the main hall. It's cold there as a dungeon. That doesn't do me any good.
The 7th bell.
Do you want me to arrest you? Leave that door be.
بله. چشم این نویسه
Make
مادرت
sure those
خراب.
liverwursts are well roasted, so they're crisp on the outside and crispy on the inside. Nothing.
زنه که اینجا کار میکرد بود.
What's that sound? I heard it coming from here.
خب رسیدیم.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It will have to be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
او هشتمیشم زده شد بکنم نه 12 تا بشه هند صدام میشه
You all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug. The worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
Stop! You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
My lord.
Von Bergove.
What the hell is going on? It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble.
That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
یارو زخمی شده؟ چه بگاهیش؟
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
کنکش.
So, you're messengers from Ratai, huh?
هر وقت پیامبران رسید.
I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat
How shall I put it?
Your Chamberlain's welcome was appropriate enough, considering our appearance, the situation in your domain, and your orders, sir.
Ah. I appreciate your diplomacy, young man. Master Chamberlain Ulrich can sometimes be more hasty and passionate than is healthy. And we are glad you hold no grudge against him. Are we not, Ulrich?
I regret what happened, gentlemen. Please accept my humblest apologies.
Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
Well, betray is a strong word. We came to you, Sir Otto, because you're the leading voice of the League of Lords. I expect there are also lords among your ranks who are considering how to find a way out of this sticky situation. And for the Kingdom of Bohemia, it would certainly be better if our paths were to join, rather than parting.
Your companion speaks like a diplomat, Sir Hans. However, the question is whether it's possible to join fire with water and end up with anything but nasty smoke. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight. Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy. So we have common interests, too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather a fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
بله. بریم بهش توضیح بدیم پس. اگه چیز نکرد اطاعت نکرد.
What should we do if he's unwilling to heed what we say?
His house has always been loyal to mine, and it has always been more than worth their while. So tell him that I would like it to remain so. I do not expect any great obstacles, but it would be wise to show Sir Jaromir respect by sending him someone of status. He will take his time over being persuaded, and then concur, as he always has done.
I'll get to him somehow, sir.
I expect nothing less from you.
Who is this Lord Nebak?
The lord of a smaller house with not much in the way of estates, just a fortress and lands, but he also owns a mill that provides a significant part of his income. His children are grown up. His daughter married well, thanks to Sir Otto. His son is away from the domain, dealing with duties. Sir Otto helped him to acquire an official position. In short, the House of Nebak is more than beholden to Sir Otto for his magnanimous help and support.
Thank you, Ulrich. Nevertheless, I suspect Jaromir will not be keen to charge into battle. But that is of little consequence. He has a few good men who will be useful. That will do us. If he delivers, I will regard his obligation as fulfilled.
Is the route safe?
As I said, the fortress is in the wilderness amongst the cliffs. There are many places where outlaws may be...
Don't worry, sir.
پس ممکنه دزدم باشه.
Is that all, sir?
It's no simple task. Knowing Jaromir, if I sent a common messenger, he'd come back with a boot print on his backside. Dealing with the lower nobility can be tricky. They tend to be fixated on their own somewhat fragile status.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The chamber...
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor. A stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Ulrich here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your, equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore, he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish. Gentlemen, Follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're gonna act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offence.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realize it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realized that.
You couldn't have realized? Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more, I apologize. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Please excuse him. He's been through a lot, as I'm sure you understand.
It is understandable, of course. I was just hoping that our relationship would be a bit warmer after that, regrettable misunderstanding. Nevertheless, welcome to Trotsky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost.
بله راست درست خیلی راحت هم گم میشه. میشه دو کلمه صحبت کنیم بداش.
Good doggy. Good boy.
The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
All too well, thanks.
داریم مثل دیپلمات برخورد میکنیم، مثل انسان. اینجا کجاست؟
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious Lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stables. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Thanks. I'm grateful.
As you should be. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
دوست عزیز.
Is there any work around the castle I can help with?
Well, there's the issue with the demons.
Demons?
Quiet!
شیاطین.
I don't want to cause a panic, but yes, unfortunately. Once again, devils are wreaking havoc at Trotsky.
You mean horned ones? From hell?
Do you know any other kind? I'm preoccupied with tasks from Lord von Berghoff at the moment, so I don't have time to deal with it. But I suppose you could do it? You and that friend of yours have a lot to make up for.
You want me to get involved with hell itself? At least tell me more about it.
Ah, you know the times we're living in. War, bandits. The devil took advantage of the chaos and sent his hellspawn here. The castle is built upon an ancient, though fortunately extinguished, fiery moor. It's no wonder it's so close to hell. The spawn of hell shows up here from time to time, and I want you to improve your standing with me and help me out.
Okay.
Let's get to the heart of the matter. Just tell me what needs to be done.
Our cooks, Manietta and Berto, were complaining about the creatures running around their kitchens. Ossiner, the castle blacksmith, was also blabbering something of the sort as well. The good news is it's only 3 people, for now. We have to act quickly to prevent the panic from spreading any further.
What did you do about it in the past? I reckon this isn't the first time you've had to deal with it.
We usually cleansed the infested places with the help of a priest or an apothecary. Except for that one year when Sir Otto himself faced Lucifer in the Maiden Tower.
Lord von Berghoff has my admiration then. How long did they fight? And what kind of armor was Lucifer wearing? Did Lord von Berghoff sustain any injuries?
In any case, you'll have to ask Manietta and Berta, or the blacksmith perhaps, where the demons are coming from. And then simply make sure to get rid of them for good. You understand? I'm sure both the scribe Erazim and Father Nicodemus will have something to say about it as well. The question is if you're up to it, or if I should call in someone braver.
I'm ready to scour the castle and try to chase those monsters away. Could you arrange for me to be able to go wherever I want in the castle, without anyone chasing me out?
Very well. You can move freely about the castle while completing this task, but don't stay any longer than necessary in otherwise forbidden areas. I'll let the guards and servants know discreetly. If anyone asks, tell them you have my permission.
You said something about a priest. Should I pay them a visit?
We've always used either holy water or magic water from the apothecary to get rid of those hellish creatures. Which one would you prefer?
Holy water. I reckon the holy water is more likely to work against demons.
If I recall, it was blessed by the bishop himself during the Easter Vigil. I believe you can do it. Should the demons attack you, just run away. But don't make too much of a ruckus, or you cause a panic. God be with you.
بعدم با اینا صحبت میکنیم. تا موقعی که این میشن رو داریم کل قلعه میتونیم بگردیم، هیچ کم کاریمون نداره. اکیوپمنت همون رو گرفتیم. اون چیزایی که دزدیه رو بذاریم اینجا که نگیرنمون. از دزدی در اومدن استفاده میکنیم ازشون. خب پس چیز دزدی دیگه نداریم فعلا. این از اینم بذاریم سر جاش. خب این هم بذاریم جیبم، بعدم به کارمون میاد. متال، استیل، الان دیگه این دزدی نیست یعنی what؟ دزدی اینه دیگه، اینو باید این علامت هر روش بپره. یه حلقه خوب میندازیم، امولیتمون رو میندازیم. بعد حالا زره همون کجاست؟ ها؟ زره همون کجا داشتی؟ What the fuck؟ یه زره خوب داشتیم که خوب این دزدیدیم بس و اینا نداشتیم بندازیم هاچی. زرهی داریم نه چیزی داریم. آها بنازم واسه یعنی کوه سایتمه که خودمون نگه میداریم چه کاریه. آها این لباس ها یکی چیز بهمون داده. میلیتاری سری ضعیفه داداش ضعیفه. لباس خودمون بهتر. آها ساکسون اینا زره همونه؟ نه زره همون نیست. دستکش مسکش نداریم. تورچ نداریم. تورچ چیه دیگه؟ تورچ باید باشه دیگه حداقل. ولی ظلمه ها. خب استراحت کنیم. چطوری ما رضا شون؟ مثلا نادر شد درست آقای چیز درست همون نداریم الان. خب سلام اوسینا چطوری؟
How long have you been serving in Trotsky?
And what are you after, anyway?
Nothing. I'm a blacksmith like my father before me, so...
So, you thought you might find some work with me? Well, you won't, fella me lad. And if you are going to be loitering around me here, so best be on your... Take care for now. بریم کدومه دوزیم. اینو میزنیم بر بدن کسی شک نکنه. میندازیمش و ادامه زندگی. خب بریم با اون استاد کونکش صحبت کنیم. این دیگه الان همه جا رامو میده. بعدا با همتون صحبت میکنم. اول باید برم پیش این یارو. میشه همه تاک تو استیبل. نه با اون صحبت تقواله.
سلام داداش، حالا شما خوبه؟ میخوام یه کتابی رو قرض بگیرم. نه.
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook. A sand-coloured cover, embossed.
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemist's cookbook, of all things?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom, especially those from Prague.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. Lord Nickvard Libak helped me sort the new books at the time, and the one you're looking for caught his attention. He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials, B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nickvard's help, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now. I'd like to ask him to return it, but he's been avoiding me.
I'll have a talk with Nickvard and find out what the problem is.
You think I haven't tried? But since you've already offered to address this pressing situation, listen to what I've learned. It seems Nickvard lost the book. I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his chamber and read them there. But Nickvard is old and stubborn, and this is how things turn out.
It's still just a book. Paper and leather.
You say that? To a scribe?
I thought there were more precious things. Like a human life.
We could have a long discussion comparing the value of a Takovite peasant's life with, say, a treatise on physics by Hilda... But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is intentionally avoiding me. But I've made headway. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently. Bertha, the cook, Regina, the maid, and Hirsch, the hand.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone but myself. Nickvard is a loner. Which is also why I suspect something bad has happened. Now that he's decided to leave his shell, that is. But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkove's arrival, I've been preoccupied with other matters.
بالاخره
I thought you had the book on you. But since you don't, I'm not going to go around looking for it.
That's a pity. Yeah, I'll just have to hope Nickvard's conscience will catch up with him and he'll come by himself. Continue investigating. I might have time for that once the papal schism is over.
About that lot...
Please tell me.
First, I...
Didn't you say you weren't going...
Well...
Ah, what do I care?
That's everything.
Reputationمون ریده شد رفت توش. Reputationمون بد ریده شد اینجا.
I heard some... There's one of the sound...
Yes, but what?
Every...
Perhaps, well, and the... He left all I'm... But he's... You think I'd see... But Nick...
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People like Nickvard are too dumb to understand.
But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is intentionally avoiding me. But I've made headway. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone. Nickvard is a loner. Which is also why I suspect some... Now that he's decided to leave his shell, that is. But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkove's arrival, I've been preoccupied with other matters.
I'll help you. I'll ask all three and see if they lead me to Nickvard.
Many thanks. If you aren't sure what to do, stop by and we'll discuss what you found out.
Before I go, can you tell me where I can find those people in the castle?
Who, exactly?
You
said Nickvard is avoiding you. Where at the castle does he live? Are there any places he frequents?
Nickvard lives like a hermit here at Trotsky. Like a ghost. His chambers are in the Crone's Tower. But God knows if he's ever slept there. He took his meals down in the Crone's kitchen. Lately, I've often seen him talking to Regina in the Knight's Hall, in the Maiden, or looking out the hall window. I caught sight of him a few times with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle.
So I just have to hope I run into him somewhere.
Nickvard always just shows up. I've rarely ever found him on my own. I'm not surprised you can't find him anywhere, since I've been trying myself.
Where is Bertha?
Bertha cooks for us in the Crone's kitchen. If you can't find her there, try the first house in the lower castle, across from the door to the dungeon.
Okay. Regina.
Where is Regina?
As Lord von Berkoff's personal maid, she'll likely be somewhere in the Maiden's Palace. Perhaps in the Knight's Hall, or on the floor above it, near the Lord's chambers. She even sleeps there.
Hirsch?
Where is Hirsch, the stable boy?
I've seen him with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle. He sleeps in the house directly across from it. I don't know him much, though.
That's everything I needed to know.
با تشکر استاد.
What kind of tasks do you do for Lord von Berkov?
Rare ones, lad. His lordship spends little time at Trotsky. As the royal chamberlain, he has to be in Prague most of the time.
What does the royal chamberlain do?
I understand, lad. You're asking about his authority, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know anything at all about him.
Sir Otto von Burgo is the royal chamberlain. Subcamerarius, in Latin. He's one of the 9 most powerful officials in the kingdom. He manages the royal towns and monasteries, approves the councillors and abbots in them, and appoints the royal judges.
I'd like to learn something. What are you interested in?
سولار شیپ نه فعلا نه زیاده 1200 پول داریم ولی فعلا نه اوکی چند تا کار الان باید نیکوار رو پیدا کنیم با پسر استبلی صحبت کنیم بذاریم اول با آشپز صحبت کنیم
I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Well, I'm waiting for Lord Libac to stop by. I brewed him another phial of medicine, but I don't even know if the last one helped. I told him to stop by for another one soon. I reckon he must be feeling better.
Nickvard needed medicine? For what?
I can't say. I promised Lord Libac his secret is safe with me, as well as his phial of medicine.
Oh, come now. Nickvard misplaced an important book somewhere. A sort of alchemist cookbook. I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart. And Lord Libac's secret is certainly worth more than any book.
پول بهش بدیم.
Listen, Bertha. I'm glad that you're such a reliable woman. I appreciate your skill with words, and that you didn't even give the slightest hint to what ails Nickvard. I thought secrets were safe with me too. But it turns out I still have a lot to learn. From people like you. Nickvard should be glad he came across people he can trust like the two of us. But for us to help him, first you have to tell me what ails him.
Well, I'd feel guilty if Lord Libat got worse because of my stubbornness. Very well then. Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. It helps your meals go down easier and come out slower the other end. In that regard, Lord Libat had, well, how to say it? Everything came out much too quickly.
Just say it. He shot himself.
It was in the privy down below the Crone, by the training ground below the guardhouse. I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine, and I promised that I wouldn't say anything. Lord Libat is quite particular about the impression he makes on the young maids, you know. He didn't want this little episode to put them off. That's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters, though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena instead, and only when there weren't any soldiers around. But this time, it caught up with him.
Is that all?
What else is there to say? That the entire time he looked as if he'd done the worst thing in the world. It happens to the best of us, and I told him as much then. I'm just surprised he never came back for another file. I must say, he did look as if the fate of the entire castle was suddenly on his shoulders.
I don't know if this is going to do me any good.
Well, you could have found a worse clue.
Thanks anyway.
خب با اینکه صحبت کردیم این از این نوش چی میگی؟ بسکش تریدری تریدر بیناموس که این همه چیزا
A word about the
All right.
Do you accept?
We're nearly there. Aye. Thank you. And what do you want?
یه سرویس bath house.
I'd like to use your services.
Certainly. My baths are at your...
همه آقا میخوایم بریم همه سرویساشونو بگیم.
I could use the company of a pretty bath maid.
All right. But money up front.
سیتا آماسته. دیلیش درست شد دوست. میگه که پول باید اول از همه بدی. چقدر رو داره واقعا. Okay.
Let's talk about the...
Certainly. No problem.
Well,
if...
How's this?
Well, if... Wonderful. You'll see. You'll be happy to come back here. Phew. I always get hungry after a fuck like that. I'll go and find something to eat.
خیلی عمالی واسه یه علامت لورد وانبرگاف چطوری ستونی؟
It's a thankless job, but a necessary one. I appreciate you taking care of it.
Are they really so much trouble around here?
They've been a nuisance ever since the castle was built. Call him whatever you want. Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub. That hellish bastard certainly wasn't happy when Sir Vincent started building 2 towers right on top of his extinguished fairy estate.
I can't imagine he was.
But he soon realized it made him closer to people and that he could attempt them more easily. Many a poor soul in the lower castle has already fallen for his schemes and made a pact with hell.
Why don't you put a stop to it?
The castle is situated in a good strategic location. We have no choice but to try and tolerate Lucifer, and he has no choice but to tolerate us.
نگران نباش درستش میکنیم مرد مهارت جنگی اینجا رو دوست دارم. به به آقای بلک بارتوش سیاه.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Why not? If you have a bit of time.
Long sword technique.
As you can probably figure, I like the longsword because it's beautiful. Our grandfathers didn't use them, but today in Prague, everyone is tripping over themselves to learn how to fight with one. I'll be happy to show you how to handle it better. What do you say?
300 تا پولش این حرکت.
That sounds good.
As you wish. The first thing is to realize a sword has 2 blades, and thanks to your second hand on the hilt, you can quickly spin it around and hit your opponent's head. These are exactly the techniques that make the longsword an extremely deadly weapon. Now come and try it a few times.
All good? همین الان تستش میکنیم. اسپیچمون یه دونه داریم. If you use battlefield during a fight, not only will give you courage, but will also fear into your enemy. آها این گاده. سکندری تیوری 2 تا داریم. خب یه دونه اینو میگیریم. اینم خفن. کامبت آنها کامبوز. خب لانگ سورد کورزاو 2 تا بالا یه دونه چپ. درسته؟ بله. اوه بد شد. اینجا رو دیدین چی شد؟ ببین مثلا ما اینجا یه چیز داریم. خب یه آتفیت داریم. بعد میتونیم برای دزدی کردنمون یه آتفیت اینجوری درست کنیم. خب برای کارا دیگه ما میتونیم یه حرکت دیگه بزنیم. آقا ایول همه چیزامون اینجا یه وسیله همون. آقا ایول پشمانم. خوشمان آمد. آقا خوشمان آمد.
No learning has...
آقا بریم یه practice fight.
Can we fight?
What would you prefer?
Long sword practice fight.
I just want to...
What will you fight?
I want a long...
What weapon
The same as me.
Shall we get started?
Of course.
برو بریم.
You won't get me!
Come at me!
Alright.
Attack me! I'll try to defend.
Sure!
Guard yourself!
Alright. Too slow!
آقا بسا. همین چی شد؟ نه سب کن. نه سلام امیرعلی خوش اومد. مرسی فالا. دیر زدم. بابا میخوام حرکت یاد بگیرم.
I've had enough.
As you wish.
حرکت جالبی بود. کامبو لانگ لانگ سورد. راست یه دونه شباک.
Do you want to try?
One more.
Two.
بس. نفسم برید.
Fucking hell!
نه اون حرکت نزد. سب کن. دیر نزن دیگه لاشی.
That's enough.
As you wish. Had enough?
بازی چطور داستانش؟ خدا اصلا بازیش واقعا خفنه. چپ بالا چپ.
Let's
stop.
Let's fight.
As you wish.
A practice.
What's...
I want a lot.
What's your...
The same.
Ready to...
Let's do this. I feel quite hungry.
Neyse. راست بالا راست بودیم درسته یا راست؟ باید به موقع ضرر بدم. چپ بالا چپ. ها باریکلا. به پا ضربه میزنم. آقا مرسی دم شما گرم.
I've had enough.
As you wish.
دم شما گرم.
Had enough?
بله خفنگ بود.
Let me catch my...
All right.
I see you've got a dice table here.
I'd love to, but Father Nicodemus took me for everything I had. I've got nothing to wager. Oh, wait a mo. I may have something after all. The guards found something on this one thief they caught. Some sort of map. They thought it might lead to the thief's hoard. They wanted to go looking for it, but I took the map from them. Want to play for it?
خفنگ میشه. چرا خودتون دیگه نرفتی؟
Why don't you look for the hoard yourself?
I'm new here. I don't know the lay of the land. Well, I wouldn't risk it. I'm glad I made it out alive when Lord von Bergov's retinue was ample.
I'll gladly play for the map.
Come back when I'm at the pen.
Let's play for the map.
Come back when I'm at the pen. I can't play right now.
I mean.
I'd like...
Sir.
On arm. On arm.
I'd like to know why. You on? I was...
چه خبره؟ برو بابا.
Excuse me.
الان اینجا بازی میکنی؟
Let's play. Let's get to it.
خب بریم شانسمون چجوریه. یه دایس گرفته بودم. ممکنه این فقط 3 میاره، درسته؟ این بود که همش روی یک میومد داره با این بازی میکنه.
Maybe you're not playing for the first time, but you can't beat me.
5 6 5 1 1 5 250 دار من یه ریسک میکنم.
If I was you, I'd take it.
5 کافی هم 300 تا میره بیاد.
Here.
بارون بند اومد.
Alright, that'll do.
شاید مثل سگ ببود. خیلی خرشانسی هر روز.
Like this.
ناموس اگه بین این دوتا خیلی خرشانسی هجی. خیلی خرشانسی. مادر دو سگ بگه.
My God! Oh, come on!
خب ما اینجا 2 تا 1 داریم با یه 5. نه فعلا اینو میدیم بره. داداشم فقط 1 بیاره گاد میشه. 2 تا 1. خب تو هم 1 میومدی بینا. دیوس بریم بعدی.
Well, you're not afraid of anything.
آره داشت تخمام بزرگی. 2 تا 6. چرا اجی چرا خدا لعنتت کنه. برو خیلی خرشانسه.
That'll do me. Roll.
ای جان خدا نگهدار عزیزم.
Damn it, I'm so...
Here, take it. I reckon I'll stay away from dice for a while.
آره کلا این کارو نکن. زشت. خدافظ. Good night. ای یارو پاسکی چیکار میکنه؟ مردنیده مشکوری پاسکش. فعلا اسبی نمید.
Good to see you.
الان داداش سلام ساکن. سلام ستونی.
Good afternoon.
I'm looking for Nick Vard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Hey, Nick.
I mean, Lord Libac. I almost forgot about him. I suppose his task wasn't so pressing. Hmm?
What task?
Nick Libac, that is, entrusted me with a big task quite a while back. He's a castle lord. Obviously, I had to obey him. But then I heard what another castle lord was planning, von Berghoff, and I had to obey him even more. He says there's a war on. So here I am, ready to go off to battle.
I need to know more about what Nickvard asked you to do.
No. There are new rules now. You have to prove you're not a spy.
What are you blathering about?
Von Berghoff said there's a war on, right now. I told him, watch out for spies, Sir Otto. But fear not, I know how to sniff them out. You're a spy yourself, ain't you?
I'm not.
Ha! That's exactly what a spy would say. That's why you have to be vetted, to see if you're really on our side. The side that Nickvard's on, just so you know. We're all friends here. You can join us.
I'd like to.
Hold your horses. First a test.
Tell me what you want from me then.
A sword.
Sword? What sword?
A long and very good one to help me deal with other spies. If you bring it to me, I'll know you're not an enemy spy who should fear me. Forge one, buy one, or even steal one for me. Maybe from one of the guards at the training ground or down by the gate. During the day, they're not in the towers anyway.
Steal a sword? That sounds like something a spy would do.
Not a spy who wants to help von Berghoff's most loyal servant. By servant, I mean me. See, once I get a sword, I'll fill you in on Nickvard's task.
You wanted a sword?
I don't want an invisible sword.
Listen, Hirsch.
Don't try any word. Deeds talk louder than...
I'll think of a...
همین بعد شمشیر میارم. کارپرس بیناموس.
I was wondering if you...
Sadler Matthew. شمشیر نداریم ما بس داریم یه میلیتری. یه دونه بریم بدوزیم رسما دیگه. این چیزه.
Who's there? Excuse me.
خدا ببخشید داداش. اینجا سرباز خونه است بس.
What is it you need?
Does he get it often? Nearly all the time. And he's always threatening to leave everything to the church if I don't go and...
Blessings to you.
Once old folks start getting soft in the head.
آدمای مشکوکی.
Exactly. Let me tell you.
جاکش من لانگسور باید کجا گیر بیارم. بعدم میگه خف کنم برات لانگسور بیارم. سگ تو پدر مادره. سرباز اینجا بود.
Any idea what that was? I'll go there. I must be mad.
این لانگسور داره.
Never mind then.
طبقه بالا اینجا. نیاز داریم همه جا بریم.
Greetings.
از همین باید سوال کنیم. آره.
Greetings. Do you need something?
Do you know where I can find Nickford? The scribe said you might know.
Erazim is suddenly interested in Nickford and me. You don't say. But when I need him to read something for me, he never has the time. I'm sorry.
I was asking about Nickford.
Aye, I heard you. Say, can you read?
I can.
In that case, would you mind reading this message I have from Nickford?
بله میخونیم، چرا نخونیم؟
Show me. Dear Mistress of the Chambers. What is it?
Oh, what I wouldn't give to get messages from someone else. Say, Lord Capon. Never mind. Read on. Though I reckon it interests you more than me.
Persevere. We shall soon escape the dungeon of those two women. Cursed fate, however, has placed an obstacle in my way. The heat of the Lightbringer's potion is working, and I can feel my insides being reborn. But when the last remnants of old age left my body, something else was washed away with them.
How much longer is it?
Not much. My damn clumsiness has sent all of the Lightbringer's secrets into the void, but fear not, I shall get them back. May this be the first task on the road to your liberation. That's it.
Beautiful.
True enough. Nickford has a flair for the dramatic.
My, that's Liebach for you.
But what does it mean? Can you explain any of it to me?
Lord Liebach has taken a liking to me. I suggested to him it wasn't proper for a noble to have an affair with a maid. But he thought I meant he was too old for me. But then he found what he calls the Lightbringer's potion book.
همین شده کتاب رو دزدیده که مجبور جوان شدن و جوانی برای خودش درست کنه که بیاد نزدیک این شه، به خاطر اینکه پیره.
He said it would light a flame in him that would burn out all that's old. So I suppose it worked. Hooray!
I know the book he's talking about, but what does he mean, into the void?
Look, can we stop talking about this? I feel a little uncomfortable here talking about some old lovelorn nobleman.
I understand. Just one more thing, please. When was the last time you saw Nickford? And where?
The last time was in the Knight's Hall. But that was a long time ago. I found that message a few days ago. Hard to say where he's off to.
Thanks anyway.
خب پس الان چی شد؟ Find out what the سخت شده چی؟ اما بریم لانگ سورد گیر بریم.
God bless.
While exploring the region, I came across several graves of your men.
Ah, yes. Captain Thomas and his men were not the only ones not to return. At least we know what happened to them. Here. Something for your trouble. God be with you.
لانگ سورد نیست، سک تو بدارید یه لانگ سورد. لانگ سوردش کجا بوده؟ مادرت سلام، خوش اومدید. سورد نداره که بدبخت لانگ سوردش کجا بود؟
Good to see you.
God be with you.
قیافه این یارو چه آشنا بود. میس دارن این بابا لانگ سورد میخوان. شاید سربازایی که اینجا گشتنی میکنن آها این لانگ سورد داره. برگردیم بریم پیشون بسریم. یکی از اعضای کامیونیتی استریم رو از دست دادیم. کی داداش؟ خب داداش بیا برای شمشیر رو بردم.
About Nickford.
Got that?
You wanted...
برات آوردم دیگه لانگ سورد.
I don't want an...
Well, glad.
Only unless then I'd believe...
5000 تا.
I'm not going to pay you.
You want to hang on to your spy?
I'll think of a way to convince.
الان اینه میلیتاری سورد لانگ سورد نیست.
Asking me if you're looking for help, but they're never good enough for you.
I don't want some good-for-nothing in my house. I need someone who's capable and has a good head on his shoulders, and most importantly, doesn't drink.
You're no saint yourself.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Come on then, let's sort this out.
You up?
سب مادرت سینانه ها نمیشتفمش خدا رحمتش کن. چرا چی شد بنده خدا خود شد.
Greetings, Master Guard.
این حروم زده لانگ سورد این کجا بود؟ این همه میلیتاری سورد دارن. لانگ سوردشون کجا بود؟ من ریدم دهنت. مثل اینکه یه شمشیر واقعا باید باشه درسته؟ همون که میگی تا حالا 5 دراگو با هم زدی. اون بود. خدا رحمتش کن.
Lord be with you.
ریپیر وایسه داداش.
I need some...
این نه اینکه نه ساکسون 13 تا میخواد.
like to discuss.
Hi. Great. Come back anytime, friend.
واسه ببینم لانگ سورد میتونیم درست کنیم. نه 700 تا پولش این. چرا خفنه آجی آتیلا پشما. این اسب خودمونه این ولی خیلی خفنه. خب ترید روش ساختن لانگ سورد. یه لانگ سورد آقا نایت سورد 600 خورده ای. کامن لانگ سورد با روش ساختن به من بگو. روش ساختن لانگ سورد کامن لانگ سورد 329 تا پولشه. چه خبره؟
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want
حالا دزدی کنم میخواد چه گویی بخوری مادر سگ. اینجا سیف کنم. داریم نزدیکای شب میشه. خب این احتمالا میره خونه‌شون. این تا ابد اینجا نمیمونه. این هر چی از تو خونه شه فهمیدی؟ خونه این یارو کجاست؟ اینجاه؟ آره صندوق یارو اینجاه. صندوقش اینجاست. کلید داره.
Piece of shit. What?
نه ترس با کاریت نداریم که. نترس.
You silly doggy.
کلید. کلید اینجا رو بده گردیم. آجی اینجا رو ببین. دگر چیزی که نیازم میشه. اینجا رو باشه، اینجا رو. holy fuck. خفنه. سه تا اضافه میشه این حرام. یه دونه از این برمیداریم. No good. $400 تا هم پول. What the actual fuck? هرچی که برداشتیم که دزدی سری میذاریم سر جاش. بذار اینا رو بخونم یاد بگیرم. گرفتیم. یه بعدا میریم سراغش. آره خیلی گرونه. سودا میدونیم سر جاش نمیخوایمش. نه لانگ سورد بر نداشتیم ببریم برای یارو. بتل لانگ سورد یا کامن لانگ سورد همین میبریم براش. اوه شانس آوردیم که ما رو ندید یارو. خوب هم روش درست کردنشون یاد گرفتیم. سلام دادا بیا.
Blessed evening to you. About Nick got that. You wanted to.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Lovely. I don't think you're a spy. Can't say for sure, but you seem all right.
What about Nickford, then?
Nickford asked me to do something for him. He must have admired my devotion to Lord von Bergoth. Either way, Nick looked troubled and not very healthy. He wanted me to fetch him something he lost outside the castle, and I told him I would. At least I could check to see if anyone was sneaking around about the castle. But then Nickford clutched his belly and ran off. So I never found out what he wanted, or from where.
That's all?
Aye. If you run into Nickford, ask him if he still needs it or whether he found it himself. I'll be going into war soon, so I don't have time for these things, see?
I'll tell him.
خیر حالا که تقریبا همه چیز در مورد این نیکفورد مادر سگ متوجه شدیم، دقیقا کجاست؟ دقیقا این نیکفورد حروم لقمه کجاست؟
Greetings. Do you...
I'm here for some horse tack.
Well, fuck me blind. You got out of jail yesterday and today you've got a horse. Fuck, I wouldn't mind having your kind of luck. But you're fucking things up for me and making a mess. And I don't want to get a whipping on your account. I've got the tack ready, but I've been ordered to show you our herring first. You can take him, they said. So kindly take a look at him in the stable here and tell me if you want... Well, see you later. Have a good evening.
اینه قیمتش خوبه، سرعتش هم بیشتره، استامیکش هم بیشتره.
I took a look at Herrick.
And?
I'll take him.
Good. He ain't the fastest, but he'll work his little heart out, and he'll keep going for fucking ages. And he's a well-behaved, smart animal as well. An honest stock, too. From the Sameen stud farm. Not one of them stolen nags that sing. I've heard that wind is blowing from them dodgy nomads.
There are nomads around here.
Aye. I hear their camp is somewhere in the rocks by Rock Tower Pond. They've got horses there. God knows how they came by them.
Well, useful to know. So I can avoid such places.
Well, let's not forget about your horse. He's there in the stables, so go and get him.
آره.
Well, I know the basics, but I wouldn't say no to some good advice.
That's wise. The first thing is, pet him now and again when you're in the saddle. Then he'll be calmer, looser. Actually, best do that as soon as you mount him. Once you're mounted, don't drive him too much over tough terrain. He won't trot too good and he won't move too fast neither. After all, the roads ain't for show, and horses ain't stupid, mind. If you leave him standing around, he'll most likely go and find a place he likes. A trough where he can drink or maybe some pasture. So don't be surprised if you leave him alone and then can't find him afterwards.
All right. I'll bear that in mind.
And of course, the horse needs good kit. No more than yourself. Saddle, bridle, horseshoes. I've prepared some decent tack for you, so I don't get my arse whipped for not treating his lordship's honoured guest right. Mistakes don't go unpunished here. You can tack him up yourself, right?
Sure. Thanks.
Farewell.
دمش گرم. پر روزه نیاوریم چند چیزم بهمون داد تازه. خب اینا درسته. آره. Your horse can't carry anymore. Which, 'Cause 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 'c شروور داریم آجی. این هم هست بس درسته. اگه ما یکی رو پیدا کنیم این هورس هم درسته. خب این رو روش انداختیم 158 شد. این شیر رو بره رو ها بندازیم بریم تو اینوینتوری خودمون. شیر رو بره رو ها بندازیم دور. اوکی شرط و پرتا رو میندازیم دور. ترجر مپ رو میخوام. مثلا بر اساس پول، مثلا بر اساس پول بخوام تصمیم بگیریم ارزش گذاریم. این چیه؟ یه بار یکی از این داریم نایت سورد ان خب این خوب بد نیست. از اینجا به بعدش میشه اینو به درد نخورم واقعا. به درس وزن تصمیم بگیرم از درخ 8 کیلو. که نمیتونیم زیاد حمل کنیم. ای خار و مادر فوجی. بنده بره بابا این گاه آشکار گوه بنده بره.
Stand still!
چون وضع بیشتری داره هم میکنه اینجوریه. فاک اگه ما روی این چرت و پرتا رو برداریم ببریم بندازیم روی چیزمون بکنم اوکی شه. دیگه حیوان و اینی که برای اسبمونه کجاست؟ بحث شعر رو میخوام انتقال بدم. با سوال چیزایی نیاز داریم رو بپوشیم. این بد نیست. خوبه. خوبه. این بهتره. سیف کنیم. مرسی که دوستان پرچمتون بالاست. تا درود دیگر بدرود و خدا نگهدارتون. عشقیت. شب روزگار خوش. شب